Reptiles are vertebrates, which means they have a backbone, and they are covered in special skin made of scales, bony plates, or a combination of both. They include crocodiles, snakes, lizards, turtles, and tortoises. They all change or shed their outer layer of their skin to grow. Without fur, like mammals, or feathers, like birds, they cannot stay warm on a cold day, and without sweat glands or the ability to pant, they cannot cool off on a hot one. Instead, what they do is they move into the sun or shade as needed. Reptile reproduction also depends on temperature. Only boas and pythons give birth to live young. All other species lay their eggs in a nest. The soil temperature is critical during this time, and it will determine how many hatchlings will be male or female.
From giants like the anaconda that can exceed 30 feet in length, to some geckos that can grow no longer than 2 inches, reptiles have been around over 300 million years, and today we're going to be learning more about them.
I'm Ayla, and I'm here with Nine. Nine's a boa constrictor, and as you can tell, boa constrictors are known for their most beautiful markings. Their markings can vary in colors and shapes depending on the habitat they're trying to blend into. Nine has lines all over her body, and that's where she gets her name. Boas are non-venomous constrictors found in tropical and central South America. Let's not confuse venomous with poisonous. Venomous applies to organisms that bite to inject their toxins. Poisonous is used from organisms from which you get their toxins from eating them. Nine came from a professor that had her in a science class and retired and didn't know what to do with her, so he gave her to us. She is not full grown yet. Female boas can grow up to 13 feet long and weigh more than 100 pounds. Their jaws have small curved teeth for holding their prey while they wrap around the victim. Boas will eat almost anything they can catch: birds, monkeys, and even wild pigs. Snakes don't have a chin bone. This way they can stretch their jaws really wide to swallow large prey whole.
I'm Nola, and this guy right here is Chomper. He is a black and white tegu, the largest species of tegus. Earlier we said that reptiles are cold-blooded, but tegus have the capacity to heat up their internal body temperature almost 10 degrees higher than their environment during mating season. Researchers believe that this helps males to assist with sperm production and females to incubate their eggs. Right now, Chomper is smelling. Tegus, like other reptiles, use its tongue to detect chemical cues associated with prey, strangers, or known individuals. Chomper came to us from a private owner who didn't know how to give him the proper care, so he developed a bone disease which affects walking and moving. Tegus are native to Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Tegus became a popular pet in the United States because of their tame behavior and manner. They are now a threat to our wildlife in certain states because they were released into the wild and created an invasive population.
I'm Michelle, and I'm hanging out with African spurred tortoises, also called cicada tortoises. These guys live in the Sahara Desert in Africa. These guys can get up to 30 inches in length, and the males can also get up to 200 pounds. They are very curious and very intelligent animals. Have you ever wondered how these herbivores get their food in the desert? These guys can walk tremendous distances to find a little bit of greens. The plant goes through their digestive system and comes out as manure. This manure has seeds and moisture in it. This way new plants can germinate. They literally can make a garden around the burrows that they live in. During breeding season, males can become very aggressive and can be seen ramming and biting each other. They are also vocal during this season. Another interesting fact is in some African cultures, they believe the cicada tortoise acts as a mediator between men and the gods. They will keep the tortoises with the village leader at all times to help communicate with the village ancestors. In Senegal, these tortoises are also a sign of virtue, happiness, fertility, and longevity. These tortoises here were donated or rescued over the years. This one here is Bumpy. We found him along the side of the road. We're not sure if he dug out from the owner's house or was abandoned, But as you can see, he has high peaks here, which is a sign of malnourishment or dehydration. So those are some of the reptiles we have here at our facility. Now Julia, what else are we going to learn today?
Every year, countless turtles are killed or injured crossing roads. If you stop to help a turtle cross a road, you're making a valuable contribution to the preservation of North America's turtles. They aren't just trying to get to the other side, but actually have someplace to go. During early summer, many females cross roads, moving to familiar nesting areas, and semi-aquatic turtles move between different wetland habitats. Hatchlings in roadways can be looking for ponds to establish their home. So here are some tips to help a turtle cross a road. First, make sure, wherever you may be, it's safe to step in the road. If you're driving, pull completely off the road and put your hazard lights on. Next, determine if the turtle is injured. It might need to be taken to a wildlife center or a vet's office. If not, proceed with your plan to assist it safely to where it's headed. Again, understand that this turtle is on a mission, so don't turn it around. You also want to consider the type of turtle it may be. If it's a snapping turtle, use a non-sharp object to gently push it from behind. If it's a mild-mannered creature, grab the turtle on either side of each shell, ensuring your hands are behind the turtle's front legs. Never move the turtle to another place. You might think that moving the turtle to a safer place can help them, but actually, most turtles spend their entire lives in the same area, where they know every spot for finding food or shelter. If taken from their homes and released somewhere else, they use their amazing ability to attempt to head home, facing all these hazards again. Now, let's talk about another problematic. Sadly, reptiles play largely in the exotic trade and illegal trade. Because of their unique appearance, many people desire reptiles as pets, and they are among the most inhumanely treated animals in the pet trade. The capture of wild reptiles is largely unregulated. Many of the wild-caught reptiles die before they reach the pet store or in their first year of captivity. Several others end up abandoned or making their way out into the wild. Non-native species can become established in our environments, upsetting our ecosystems, and may even lead to the extinction of our native species because they fight for the same resources or because they carry new diseases to our local fauna. So following up what we were talking about assisting turtles in the wild, there's another way to help with this situation. We get a lot of calls from people who find turtles or tortoises and to see if we can take them in. Most of the calls we receive are for animals who are not injured and are also native to our area, Northeast Texas. So before you take an animal out from the wild, make sure it's not native to your area. It may be too hard to remember all the native species we have in Northeast Texas. So let's focus on the most common turtles and tortoises that people purchase as pets in the United States. This is a red-eared slider. They are an invasive species in most of the states, but they are native to East Texas. We get a lot of calls for this particular turtle because there is a lot of them in the wild, and they easily make their way into people's backyards. This one is an hornet wood turtle. They are native from Central America, so if you see one in the wild, it's probably someone's pet. Same with the Russian tortoises or the red-footed. They are both popular pets, but they are not native to the United States. The red-footed, in particular, became an epidemic in Florida, so if you see one in the wild, make sure you call your wildlife department. This is a three-toed box turtle. There's 2 species of box turtles native to Texas, so you can leave them in the wild. But even if you have a turtle as a pet that is native to the area you live in, do not release it to the wild.